Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squad for boxing news and views from around the internet. The IBF mandatory challenger Kubrat Pulev may have to wait until 2020 to get his shot against IBF champion Anthony Joshua. Talking to BoxingScene.com, Joshua's promoter Eddie Hearn stated, "We are due to fight the WBO mandatory. That could be Dillian Whyte next. I made it clear we want Deontay Wilder next, but Pulev will come at some point. Whether that's the back end of 2019 or early 2020, he will get his shot." For now, the mandatory order is the WBO, then IBF. Of course, there will hopefully be unifications involved that would supersede those. If Fury was to win, then the Wilder fight would be out of the question, because Wilder has a rematch clause. From a patriotic point of view, I want Fury to win, but from a Joshua career standpoint, I want Wilder to win because Wilder is our number one priority. If we came to America, Jarrell Miller would absolutely be the guy we want to fight. But we want to come to America, but we'll have to see. The focus with Jarrell is to pick up the regular title and be active. He's going to be tough to beat. Meanwhile, Eddie Hearn has told Sky Sports in relation to a potential Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua fight that if the pay-per-view numbers for the Wilder and Fury fight are not strong, then it makes negotiations harder, saying, "We look at it and say, look, you're not a draw. I actually want it to do better than do worse, because if it does bad, he has zero bargaining power. If it does well, then we'll accept that. If it does over 1 million buys, then we will have to look closer to 50-50. Dominic Breazeale is promising to deliver a fun fight when he takes on Carlos Negron on December 22nd in New York on a card headlined by the Charlo twins. Breazeale, who was made the WBC mandatory challenger about 6 months ago, has not fought since November 2017, when he fought Eric Molina in a largely dull encounter. The 33-year-old says Carlos Negron is a great fighter who'll be ready. People want to see exchanges, and that's what I'm aiming for. I'm going to give the fans a great show and bring home a victory. I know that I'm a contender in the heavyweight division. I came up short against Anthony Joshua, but now I have a beautiful opportunity to go after the WBC title. I'm not letting anyone stand in my way. My plan is to win on December 22nd, and next time I fight, that green belt will be on the line. I'm ready for the shot at the belt that I've worked for. David Haye believes Tyson Fury will have to reinvent himself and offer something new to beat Deontay Wilder. Talking to the Evening Standard, the former heavyweight champion who has sparred with Wilder before says, "In every round I had to be on my toes against Wilder. I had to be so switched on because he is very heavy-handed, even by heavyweight standards. That is why his knockout ratio is surely the best of any heavyweight champion in history. He is hard to read because he doesn't do much conventionally. On TV it looks a bit wild, but I can assure you that it is very awkward and difficult. His arms are so long. He's like an NFL player who has switched to boxing. He's also got a good chin and is not afraid to take shots to land his own. Fury is also very unorthodox. He doesn't fight like a traditional heavyweight. He has quick feet, good reflexes, and is nimble for such a big man. I've never seen him set about anybody in a fight. He dances around the ring for a couple of rounds, messes about, flicks his jab out and waits for his opponents to get tired. Then he puts some punches together and they fall over. That won't happen against Deontay Wilder, who will be hunting him down from the centre of the ring. Deontay won't run out of steam either. If Fury tucks up against the ropes like he's done in prior fights, it will be effectively over. Wilder just punches straight through you. Tucking up doesn't work because he punches so quickly, and that is how Fury defends. So Tyson is going to need to slip Wilder's punches and counter him. That's not his style, but maybe the time he's had out of the ring before his comeback this year will help him make the changes he needs. Heavyweight prospect Cassius Chaney has survived a second-round knockdown to score a fourth-round knockout win over Santino Turnbull on a Golden Boy Fight Night Live card in New York. Here is some footage of the knockdown, with Chaney wide open for that left hand. Chaney says he never saw the punch coming. And here is Chaney getting the stoppage to advance to 14-0. And after the fight, Chaney said, "I've got to stop overthinking a little bit and let my punches flow like my trainers are telling me. He caught me with a blind one, but I know how to weather the storm, take my time and stay calm. I'm happy I won. I showed I've got heart. I'm not really happy with the performance. I should have kept it a little tighter defence. By the 4th round I realised he was going to keep trying that same punch. I decided just to be more defensive and slam my right hand in there like my corner was telling me. 13-0 prospect / fringe contender Sergey Kuzmin is set to face the 16-1 Laron Mitchell on the undercard of Dominic Breazeale's upcoming fight in Atlantic City, and that's on November 24th. Kuzmin recently had a win over David Price in September, while 38-year-old Laron Mitchell is coming off his first loss to journeyman Rodney Hernandez in June. The Russian will be the heavy favourite to win this fight, but it is an opportunity for Mitchell to prove he's more than just an opponent. The loss to Hernandez was somewhat unexpected, and he will be looking to bounce back here. Kuzmin, meanwhile, will look to round out his 2018 with a decent win to cement his name as one of the top prospects or coming through to contender level, one of the guys to watch in 2019. Interestingly though, Ivan Daichko, the 7-0 prospect who's currently in camp with Deontay Wilder, has also been added to the Bivol undercard, despite already being scheduled to fight a week later in Florida. The 2-0 prospect Yevgeny Tishenko is also on that same card. And Lucas Brown says he's been putting himself through the ringer in his mini training camp in Thailand. The 26-1 Australian is in training for a November 24th fight in New Zealand against the 12-22 journeyman Junior Party. Brown has designs on a bigger fight in 2019, possibly against Adam Kanelski in the United States. On his Thailand training camp, Brown says, "I think this picture sums up my time here in Thailand so far. It has been relentless and hard and hot and painful, but I'm looking forward to the results and the hereafter." That's it from me. Drop a comment loud and often. Hit like, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitter, boxing_squared. I'm out. If you want even more boxing content, come and join me on Patreon. Every week on a Sunday, I drop a new video on something topical or thought-provoking from the heavyweight division, ranging from rankings, the business of boxing, the false economy of deluded fanboys, the twists and turns in the division, to assessments of fighters and their statements. I hope to see you there, and for more information go to patreon.com/boxing squared. The address is on screen now.